Hey guys and girls, Nathan Birchie from the B.Invested headquarters. Today I want to call out some bullshit that we're seeing in the media. Oh guys, I've been in the media so many times I don't even know. I know I've been on TV over 100 times in national TV, and I know that I've been in the news lots and lots of times, like hundreds of times with news articles and stuff like that. I've got a lot of friends over at realestate.com and Daily Telegraph, Daily Telegraph and news.com. So it's nothing bad about these guys. Much love to everyone over there. But this article really just fucking irks me, guys. It really just fucking irks me because there's so much shit going on out there. Saw this article on realestate.com about the bank of mum and dad. So about 60% of first home buyers are using the bank of mum and dad. So, I don't understand where these numbers are coming from. Like 60% of first home buyers get help from mum and dad. I'll just question it, right? There's a few things that are out there that I want to clarify here. So in every sort of year or 2 years in the media that I've been in the media for 12 odd years now, maybe 13 years, 12, 13 years I've been in the media, regular. And there's always these sort of agendas that come out, and it's like, isn't it about tax deductions that you're rich? No, it's not. It's about the baby boomers, which have got all this money that are holding the first home buyer from getting out of the market. Who's making up this shit, right? Like, who's actually coming up and actually believes this? It's a retiree. The retiree, they bought their house 40 years ago as their home, right? They didn't buy it as a commodity. They didn't buy into a commodity market. They just worked hard and bought a house. Looking at these articles that say 60% of first home buyers get help from mum and dad, I'll tell you exactly. And it's the same thing I've said from the start. When I said it, I actually was being interviewed via Always Be Communist media outlet, and they were filming me. We were driving around one day, and they wanted me to say, they said, Nathan, you've got to admit that you've become very successful from negative gearing. And I laughed. I was like, mate, I've not become successful from any tax benefits, because if I did, I'd be bankrupt, right? I'll tell you how I did become successful. And I started to explain how the financial system worked. And at that point, he realized after 4 hours of trying to get me to say one line, like about a 10-second grab out of my mouth that he could use for clickbait, he basically canned the interview, and we never did anything with the interview, because I realised I was being packaged up as some greedy investor to a Labor Party advertisement for some sort of political campaign, which I'm politically atheist, so it doesn't bother me any political party. But I went on to explain how it's not anyone else's fault out there. It is actually the fraud of our currency. It is manipulation. If you and I went out to print money, we would go to jail. We would be kidnapped by the authorities, put into a cage, and whatever happens to us in jail for 10 years, right? But somehow these central banks out there around the world, and no one talks about this because who owns all the media outlets? No one's allowed to talk about this in the media, and I talk about it, and the media gives me a slap across the head every now and then for saying things like this, and it is what it is. But it is the central banks printing money. It is the government's monetary policies out there which require the central banks to print so much money. It is complete and utter fraud, which is causing the house prices to go up. The reason why people have access to funds at the moment is because interest rates are 0.1%, right? Fucking 5 years ago, the RBA's interest rates was like 5%, and now we're at 10% or 1%, right? Money's so cheap. We've got inflation everywhere. When we look at the price of commodities out there, we've got timber, which is classed as lumber on the markets. The lumber price has gone up from $250 per broad feet up to $1,600 in one fucking year. The cost of building that house has gone up six times in 1 year for the timber. And then we go to the electricity and the plumbing, right? The copper price has doubled and a half in a year. How did that happen? That wasn't because of some mum and dad. That wasn't because of some baby boomer because they bought a house to live in so they can fucking watch Home and Away and cook up dinner at 6 o'clock at night. It's not their fault. It's the central banks. And until someone comes out to explain it, it's going to keep happening. Do I hate them? I've made a video the other day which was pretty funny where I thanked them, right? They've put this scam on, right? It's a scam. But if you can understand how the whole system works, you can collect all the assets on the board. It is a little bit like Monopoly, but the thing that they don't tell you about Monopoly is that they don't talk to you about inflation. They don't talk to you about sound money and currency manipulation. Why are the property prices moving? It is not because of the banker mum and dad. It's not because of some baby boomer. It's not because of some greedy liberal property investor that's got a tax deduction. I feel sorry for people that negative gear because they're losing money every week, right? It's a shit business model, and why would you ever set up a business to lose money? Negative gearing sucks balls big time. These articles, we're going to see more. I'm excited to see what's going to be blamed next for, reason why house prices are rising. We've got massive inflation, we've got massive manipulation, massive fraud out there. What products do we have? We have interest rates at 10 basis points. We've got stimulus packages like never seen before, and you're getting paid $25,000 to build a house. You're getting paid not to go to work. You don't have to pay for your mortgages because you get paid not to pay your mortgages, right? There's moratoriums on mortgages. There's stimulus packages for almost everything. People think that stimulus packages just exist on the top surface. JobKeeper, Job Seeker, Home Builder, Job Maker, Job Trainer. Like, there are a few stimulus packages out there right now, but there is like literally thousands of different stimulus packages which are in the back end for commerce and different areas of business and different layers of government. These things are all brewing in the background. It's just all coming through via money creation, fake, fiat, Ponzi scheme, cash. When people say, "Oh, Nathan, you must like cash," I absolutely hate money. I like assets. I like getting rid of that money, that dirty, dodgy, shitty money that they're losing the value of every day. I get rid of it before I get it, but I make sure I have reoccurring cash flow. So maybe this has turned into a little bit of a rant, but just my thoughts, right? The media is pushing agendas here. There is blame. There's people to be had for, reasons why property prices are rising. Why doesn't someone step up and say, we've got massive inflation, we're fucked, we have to print more money, and it's going to cause a big, big debt time bomb. And that is the era that we're heading into. I'm very, very optimistic, very excited via the next decade that's ahead of us. There's so many opportunities. I think that there's going to be so many people do stupid things out there, and I think there's going to be a lot of people with fear. So the advice I could give with you guys is understand the game that we're playing in, understand the policies, the processes, how money works, how currency works, the world that we live in. Have a greater understanding, and I'll tell you what, you will not find about it in your mainstream media and on TV. If you need help finding the information, keep watching the podcast, keep watching YouTube channels, keep researching. If you have questions, just Google it. There's lots of information out there. There's a lot of scammers out there too, so just be safe. If you need help, contact us 1300 367 925. Email us at admin@binvested.com.au. Have a great day. Bye for now.